Hello, everybody. In this video, we're going to go over the quick differences between continuous functions versus discrete functions. As always, before you start your work, please add your name to the slides and share them with me as an editor. When you're done, you can submit this link into Canvas. Please watch this video in another tab, and here are instructions on using split screen so that you can watch and write at the same time. So first, let's just go over the definitions of what these words even mean. Remember, math is a language, so we need to understand what it is we are talking about so that we can use it. So the word discrete means individually separate and distinct. So you can think about this as different items. They are different than each other. They are unique. Like people, we are different people from each other. Versus the word continuous means that it is non-stopping or uninterrupted. So if we think about time, time is continuous. So in discrete functions, the input values are x values, and our outputs, which are the y values, come from a discrete set of values. What that means is it comes from a certain group of numbers, but not a interval of numbers. So if we look at this example here, the inputs are these three numbers. They are distinct numbers from each other. The outputs here are distinct numbers. And so when we graph this discrete functions, it looks like points on a graph. So we have an input of 2 and an output of 1. So we get a point right here. Let's see over here, we have an input 9. We get the output 3. So we have a point here. So we have all of these individual points. Here's another example you can take a look at. Now let's talk about continuous functions. In a continuous function, the inputs, which are x values, and the outputs are y's, come from an interval. And an interval is basically a range of numbers, and we're going to talk about that later. But for now, you can think about it as the inputs for this function are all of the numbers that appear across the x-axis, because at any point I could stop on the x-axis and find an output on the graph. So likewise here, if I go along this x-axis, it doesn't matter where I'm at, I will find there is some output. And another way to think about continuous functions is they are always these lines that you can trace without picking up your pen or pencil, or in this case, my mouse. So I can go along these lines. They are continuous, they are not ending, there is no gaps or spaces in between them. So now I want you to practice identifying these types of functions. There are 4 problems here for you to circle the type of function that you see. And if you have any questions, as always, please reach out to me. Thank you.